Hey viewers, welcome to my channel, the channel where you learn regarding home science, especially food science and nutrition. Please watch the video till the end to know the correct information regarding microorganisms important in food microbiology. Let me start the video with today's topic, which is microorganisms important in food microbiology. Groups of bacteria important in food bacteriology. The first group is lactic acid forming bacteria or lactics. The most important characteristic of lactic acid bacteria is their ability to ferment sugars to lactic acid. This may be desirable in making products such as sauerkraut and cheese, but undesirable in terms of spoilage of wines because they form acid rapidly and commonly in considerable amounts. They usually eliminate for the time being much of the competition from other microorganisms. The major genera include Leuconostoc, Lactobacillus, Streptococcus and Pediococcus. The second group is acetic acid forming bacteria or acetics. Characteristics that make the acetic acid bacteria important are their ability to oxidize ethanol to acetic acid, making them useful in vinegar manufacture and harmful in alcoholic beverages. Second characteristic is their strong oxidizing power, which may result in the oxidation of the desired product, acetic acid, by undesirable species or by desirable species. Under unfavorable conditions, this oxidizing power may be useful, as in the oxidation of D-sorbitol to L-sorbitol in the preparation of ascorbic acid by synthetic methods. And third characteristic is excessive sliminess of some species. Third group of microorganisms are propionic acid forming bacteria or propionics. Most bacteria of this group are spore forming anaerobes of the genus Clostridium. Fourth group of bacteria or microorganism is lipolytic bacteria. This is a heterogeneous group of actively proteolytic bacteria which produce extracellular proteinases, so termed because the enzymes diffuse outside the cells. All bacteria have proteinase inside the cell, but only a limited number of kinds have extracellular proteinases. The proteolytic bacteria may be divided into those which are aerobic or facultative and may be spore forming. Fifth group of bacteria is lipolytic bacteria. This is a heterogeneous group of bacteria which produce lipases enzyme which catalyze the hydrolysis of fat to fatty acids and glycerol. Many of the aerobic actively proteolytic bacteria also are lipolytic. Pseudomonas, Archaeligens, Staphylococcus, Serratia and Myrococcus are genera that contain lipolytic species. Many of the microbial lipases are resistant to processing techniques. The absence of viable lipolytic bacteria from a spoiled food should not be considered as proof that the product is free from microbial lipases. Sixth group is saccharolytic bacteria. These bacteria hydrolyze disaccharides or polysaccharides to simpler sugars. A limited number of kinds of bacteria are amylolytic, that is, possesses amylase to bring about the hydrolysis of starch outside the cell. Bacillus subtilis and Clostridium butyriticum are amylolytic. Few kinds of bacteria can hydrolyze cellulose. Species of Clostridium sometimes are classified as proteolytic ones that may or may not attack sugars, or saccharolytic ones that attack sugars but not proteins. C. lentoputrescens is proteolytic but ordinarily does not ferment carbohydrates, whereas C. butyricum is non-proteolytic but ferments sugar. Seventh group of microorganism important in food microbiology are pectinolytic bacteria. Pectins are very complex carbohydrates, as everyone knows that, are responsible for cell wall rigidity in vegetables and fruits. Pectic substances derived from citrus fruits can be used in commercial products as gelling agents. A variety of pectinolytic enzymes called pectinase may be responsible for softening of plant tissues, of loss of gelling power or body in various foods. Species of Erwinia, Bacillus, Clostridium, Achromobacter, Aeromonas, Arthrobacter and Flavobacterium, as well as species molds may be pectinolytic. Thermophilic bacteria or thermophiles. These bacteria with an optimal temperature at least above 45 degrees Celsius but usually 55 degrees Celsius or above are important in foods held at high temperature. Thermophilic flat sour spoilage of low acid canned food is caused by B. Stereothermophilus gaseous. Thermophilic spoilage of canned foods is a result of growth by Thermosaccharolyticum. Thermoduric bacteria. Thermoduric bacteria are usually defined as those which can survive a heat temperature such as pasteurization. Bacillus species, the Micrococci and Enterococci can survive pasteurization of liquid eggs. Bacteria in the genera Clostridium, Bacillus, Micrococcus, Streptococcus, Lactobacillus, and Mycobacterium are frequently encountered in foods. Occasionally, molds as Bysoclamus fulva and even Aspergillus and Penicillium are thermoduric bacteria, such as Bacillus and Enterococci can survive, also be psychotrophic. Last group of bacteria which are important in food microbiology is psychotrophic bacteria or psychotrophs. These bacteria are able to grow at commercial refrigeration temperatures. Unlike psychotrophiles, psychotrophs do not have their optimal temperature for growth at refrigeration temperatures. Rather, their optimum is usually between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. Most of the bacteria responsible for the loss of quality in non-sterile refrigerated foods, excluding seafoods, are psychotrophs. Psychotrophic bacteria are found chiefly in the genera Pseudomonas, Flavobacterium, Achromobacter, and Alkaligens, although Micrococcus, Lactobacillus, Enterobacter, and other genera may contain psychotrophic species. Additionally, various yeasts and molds are able to grow at refrigeration temperatures. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Please support my channel and subscribe to the channel.